A man was kidnapped by a witch. And in order for us to get the full story, we're going to take a trip to the Algerian city of Jelfa, where Oman bin Omran disappeared 27 years ago when he was just 17 years old. His family assumed that he died during a civil war, but it turned out the entire time he'd been living 200 meters away in a hole in the ground covered by stacks of hay underneath his neighbor's sheep pen. Algerian newspaper El Kabar suggests Omar's family dog recognized his smell and pined for him close to the spot where he was being held, and he was poisoned by his captor in an attempt to ward off the family. Our son goes missing. Our dog, oh, you got the scent? You got the scent? He's onto something. He smells something. Smell the shirt. And he runs out there, comes back, just, oh, guys. Oh, I'm so sick. I ate some questionable things while I was out sniffing for Omar. Crazy. He poisoned the dog to ward it off. That's witch level thinking, right? That is witch level thinking. A regular person doesn't immediately go to poisons to ward off suspicion. That's witch level shit. Blurry video footage of him being rescued shows authorities shining torchlights into the pit where Omar was being held captive while he looks up at them in bewilderment. Other images have since shown a bearded man, now 45 and looking disheveled, emerging from the hole. Wait, what? He's 45? Can I not do simple mathematics? 27 plus 17. It's 44, but still, so he's 45 at this point. Local authorities have confirmed a 61-year-old man believed to be a civil servant has been arrested in connection with the alleged kidnapping. Omar vanished in 1998 while on his way to school. He was finally discovered after his captor's brother aired grievances on social media, reportedly due to an inheritance dispute. Dog, you get ratted out by the family for not cutting him in on the inheritance? Hey, you don't cut me in on Dad's will. I'm going to tell everyone about the man you keep in the sheep shed. I'll do it, dude. Cut me out of Dad's inheritance and I will tell everyone about the man you keep in a hole. According to the newspaper, this prompted Omar's family to storm the house in a desperate attempt to find him, where he was finally discovered. His alleged captor attempted to flee before being restrained and arrested. Omar's mother tragically died without ever knowing her son's fate, but local reports suggest he was informed of her fate by his captor. What the fuck? What kind of fucked up situation is this? I don't think they even told... did they tell the Big Brother house about 9/11? When that happened? I think they did. Your captor is bringing back... Oh, by the way, your mum's dead. Anyway, back into the hole for you. Like, what? What? Hey, you get 30 minutes. You get 30 minutes of hole-free time a day. By the way, your mum's dead. Crazy. That's so sad that she never knew what happened to her kid, though. A court official in Jelfa was quoted as saying, 2 days ago, on the 12th of May, 2024, the public prosecutor's office received, through a regional department of the National Gendarmerie in El Jadid, don't come for me, I'm never going to get that right, so sorry, a complaint against an anonymous person claiming that the complainant's brother, Omar bin Omran, who has been missing for about 30 years, is in the house of one of his neighbors inside of a sheepfold. He ratted him out. He warned you, dude. He warned you about the will. Fuck around and find out, I guess, dude. Okay? You should have cut me in on Dad's will. Now you can't spend any of it. You're in jail. You shouldn't have kept a guy in a hole for 30 years. Following this report, the general prosecutor of the court of Idrissa in the province of Jelfa ordered the National Gendarmerie to open an in-depth investigation, and officers went to the house in question. He added, the public prosecutor's office ordered that the victim receive medical and psychological treatment, and the suspect will be presented to the public prosecutor's office immediately after the completion of the investigation. Yeah, dude. Yes, let's get the guy who's been in a hole for 30 years some help. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And then we'll complete the investigation. Thank you so much. Officials have promised the perpetrator of this heinous crime will be tried with severity. Algerian media have reported Omar said he'd been unable to call out for help because of a spell his alleged abductor had cast on him. Because of a spell? Help. Help. I wish I could go louder than this, but I have a spell cast on my voice. Little Mermaid 2.0 with an Algerian boy. Oh, Ursula took my voice. I tried to sing out to my dog and he poisoned it. Holy fuck. You got a voice spell, dude? Come on. I hate to say this, but I am just now thinking like it probably wasn't that hard to keep Omar in a hole in a sheep shed for 30 years. I am not gonna, like, guy, he said, boom, spell on your voice. You can't yell anymore. Oh, crumbs. Probably wasn't that hard to fucking get Omar, keep him in a hole for 30 years in a sheep shed. What are you doing? Whatever happened to that guy on TikTok, by the way, that was calling out all those witches? Anyone checked in on him? Is he in a hole in a sheep shed somewhere? How's his voice doing? onewordpodcast@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Let me know. College student Danielle Kopke started experiencing IBS. She got some tummy problems. No symptoms included indigestion, stabbing pains from trapped gas, severe constipation, all of the hitters from irritable bowel syndrome, I would imagine. When nothing seemed to help after 5 years of doctor's visits, Kopke decided to try an experimental treatment called a fecal microbiota transplant, or DIY poop. That's right, it's highbrow stuff on this podcast. This also doesn't surprise me that someone would resort to stuffing shit up their ass. If that's what it is, no judgment, judgment-free zone, a little bit of judgment. I don't know if that's the process, but we'll get into it. My partner went to she has a casein allergy intolerance. She can't have casein. So, which is they put it in soy milk and shit, and it's in milk and dairy products and all that stuff. So she goes to, I think, an allergist when she's a kid, like 10 or 12. And they're like, oh, soup, you've got a casein allergy. Can't have that. And then, so that doctor then recommended her to go see like a nutritionist that would be like, here's what you can eat, here's what you can't eat, that kind of stuff based on your intolerance. And then they get there, and then the nutritionist guy just goes like, yeah, I don't really believe in this whole milk allergy, dairy intolerance stuff. So just give her milk, just give her milk and dairy products and she'll be fine, I guess. Turns out no. When nothing seemed to help after 5 years of doctor's visits, Kopke decided to try an experimental treatment called a fecal microbiota, where a healthy donor's feces is introduced into a patient's gut to repopulate it with good microbes. She used her brother and her boyfriend as donors. She told the Netflix documentary Hack Your Health, The Secret of Your Gut. FMTs, just to refresh your memory, fecal microbiota transplants, are only approved by the US Food and Drug Administration for C. diff bacterial infections, but scientists are looking into them as a potential treatment for many conditions, including depression, as growing research suggests there is a link between gut health and mental and physical health conditions. That's a YouTube video for you right there. Make that one. Hacked my asshole, how to cure depression. Anally cured depression. A and B test those. While some of Kopke's symptoms got better, she said she also started experiencing acne like her brother and later depression like her boyfriend. You can transfer your troubles through your poop? Can I transfer bennies? Can I get some sick poop bennies? Or is it all poop troubles? onewordpodcast@gmail.com. Let me know. A similar experience was documented in the 2023 documentary Designer Shit. Perfect title, no notes. A man in his mid-30s with Crohn's disease did DIY poop transplants using his mum as a donor for years. They appeared to ease his gut symptoms, but he experienced menopause symptoms such as sweating, hot flashes, and mood swings similar to his menopausal mum. it's the convincing of the donor to stockpile their own shit for my gut health. That's a hard one for me to wrap my head around. That's a lot to get someone to do just so I don't have a sick little tum anymore, isn't it? Hey, mum, or my boyfriend and my brother, sit you guys down here. Thank you so much for coming. Now, as you guys know, I've had a bit of a sick tum for a couple of years now, and I have discovered that if I get your shit into this body, that sick little tum's going to go away. So what I'm going to need each and every one of you to do from now on is every time you shit, is that how often we need it, by the way? Or is it, a poop a week, 2 poops a week? I could do a poop a week if I'm honest, right? I could, little like Scoopy doggy bag one up for you in a container. There's my poop. I could do 1 a week. Every day or every time I shit? And what about the quality? Oh, I'm gonna start feeling anxiety about the quality of my shit. What if like one time I give you, I'm so sorry for this, it's disgusting, but what if one time I give you a little slushy bucket container, slop it around with like liquid shit in there? I'm so sorry, again, so sorry. And then another time it's like, perfect pitched loaves. Hard, firm, not hard, firm, put together, fibrous, dense loaves. Almost slushy bucket. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to get anxious about the quality of my shit. I don't need to introduce that into my life. I got plenty of other things that I can be anxious about and am anxious about. Now I got to be worried about being judged for my shit. Cool. Thomas Barodi, the director of the Centre for Digestive Diseases in Sydney, Australia. Hello, hometown boy. Okay. Who pioneered FMT treatments in the 1980s, told Designer Shit that it's possible the man absorbed hormones from her poop, but that link has not been proven. Thomas Barodi putting us on the map. Australia. Banner, please. Future James, edit in a banner. Australia, first transplanted shit. Australia, world's first transplanted shit. Perfect. Thank you. Kepke's gut symptoms, which he believes were the result of a diet high in refined sugar and low in fiber, sounds kind of like mine, didn't fit neatly into a box. Rarely does it, Doctors were at a loss for what to do, so they prescribed antibiotics like candy, she said. I smell sex and candy have antibiotics. Who's asking devious stares in my direction? Mama, this surely is a dream. Yeah. Or is it dig yet? I don't know. onewordpodcast@gmail.com. Let me know. What were the lyrics? Over the past 5 years, she had taken 6 courses of antibiotics a year. Holy fuck. But they didn't help. Studies have found that antibiotics can kill off good bacteria in the gut. As Kopke got sicker, she cut out more and more foods from her diet as they were inflaming her symptoms, and she lost a lot of weight. Nice. Down 11 kilos myself. Shouts out to the weight loss community. Now she can only eat between 10 and 15 foods without discomfort. All foods. You're down to 10 or 15. Oh my God. What if one of those is like peanut butter? Oh, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Or one of the 10 to 15 things I can eat. White rice. That's a good one though, actually. Because like tons you can do with white rice. Don't get me oh, dude. Japanese style, like steamed rice. You put the little bit of like the vinegar in or whatever. Blanking on the Italian one. Risotto. Got there in the end, didn't we? Your basmati. Oh, dude, I'll tell you what fucks. There was a restaurant called Ahmet's that I went to one time for someone else's, I think, Christmas work party. And I was anxious the whole time that like the dancer would come to our table and that I'd have to interact with them. So that kind of ruined my night a little bit. But I'll tell you what, Ahmet's, whatever they're doing to their rice, holy fuck, that's good. I think they put some nuts in there. It's just like white rice, I think nuts or something. onewordpodcast@gmail.com. What's in the Ahmet's rice? That shit fucks. Right, so she can only eat 10 or 15 foods. and then stuff her own shit, stuff someone's shit up her ass, and then my tum doesn't hurt. Oh yeah, my life? I get to eat 10 to 15 foods. One of them is shit. And then my tum doesn't hurt. Thank you. Love that for me. That sucks. Anyone who has like chronic like problems in any way, you know what I mean? Like chronic pain or, you know, what is it, like hay fever, that stuff, asthma or anything. Those just lifelong persistent things are the absolute worst. I couldn't imagine having to deal with that on top of everything else. Shouts out to all of the chronic illness, chronic sufferers. Those people are doing it tough. Those people are doing it tough and they need more praise. Think about your life and everything that you do in your life, and now on top of that, your fucking ankle like is so rat fucked it just like doesn't work and you're in chronic pain walking on it. Or everything that you've got to deal with, and also like my nose just won't stop running and trickling into my throat and coughing and scratching. Oh my days. Anyway, sorry. Tangent. Kopke turned to Poop Transplants because she felt like there were no other options. When your back is up against the wall, you turn around and put a poop up it. An FMT starts with blending a healthy donor's feces with saline solution and inserting it into the recipient's gastrointestinal tract, either through an enema, oral capsule, colonoscopy, or upper endoscopy. So we are eating shit or stuffing shit up our bum. Okay. Oral capsules. You're eating shit. But hey, do what you got to do. You know what I mean? If it tastes like nothing, yeah, I do like fish capsules and shit. That's the thing though, right? I don't taste it when I take the fish capsule. But if I burp later in the day, I get like this little, you know, like a fishy sort of, disgusting, you know? So I'm always keeping mints around and stuff. Does that happen when you do the poop capsule? If I take the shit pill later in the day, once, you know, it opens up and does whatever, and now I've got the poopy shit gases coming out of, am I like burping farts and shit smell? onewordpodcast@gmail.com. Let me know. Experts in the documentary warned against trying poop transplants at home because they're a risk of transferring bad microbes and susceptibility to all kinds of diseases. Yeah, if you're DIYing your shit pill setup, dude, get out the Glade, you know, the spray and wipe. Get out those alcohol wipe things. I've got a pack on the fridge. You know, really clean it down before you get your own shit involved that you're going to eat, you know? The mic, I'm so sorry coming off as such a judgmental dick. Again, do what you got to do. The microbial community inside our gut can have a surprising influence on the different parts of our body. Jack Gilbert, a microbial ecologist at UC San Diego, told Business Insider. Stools are screened before clinical FMTs, and anything that could cause major problems, such as certain pathogens, would be detected. When you do this at home, you don't get that kind of screening, and that's how you end up with mum's fucking menopause hormones and your brother's acne and your boyfriend's depression. With fecal microbiome transplants, there is really compelling evidence, but the science is still developing. We're still working on if it actually has benefits for wider populations and if the benefit is long-lasting. You don't know if there's a benefit. I'm eating someone's shit. I'm putting someone's shit up my bum, and it might not be doing anything. Am I shit pill placeboing myself? That's the worst. If I'm doing the shit, getting the shitty poopy burps, and then it's not actually doing anything for me, but I'm placeboing the fix, I'm pissed. Initially, Kopke made fecal transplant pills from her brother's donated stools. Again, love to be a fly on the wall when you're pitching that idea to the donor. She slowly started to gain weight despite not changing her diet and was able to go to the bathroom naturally for the first time in 3 years. What does that mean? Like shit? She hasn't shit right in 3 years? I'd stuff shit up my ass then too, probably. I'm going to be honest. However, she also developed acne like her brother, who had a history of hormonal acne. It's possible that the bacteria in the stool can influence inflammation in the recipient's body by affecting their metabolism and activating their immune response. This would cause shifts in their hormonal activity, which could promote the bacteria that can cause acne on the skin. We nearly all have this bacterium on the skin, but it's often dormant. Kepke decided to switch donors. Oh, that's a tough rejection. Hey, here's your weekly supply of my shits. John, thanks so much for coming. And thank you for the supply. I'm sure someone will be able to use those. Look, I want you to know this has got nothing to do with you, the quality of your shit. I don't want you second guessing the quality of your own shit. But look, the bacterium inside your shit and sort of your sort of overall metabolism and how you're activating my immune response, it's just not doing it for me. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to Anthony from now on for my shit. Oh, is there anything I can do? I can change sort of parts of my... No, it's not you. I just... The old Tums flaring up again, and again, it's not. I can change. I can change. Let me change. Let me do this for you, John, Mark. Forgotten your name. This is getting too weird. It's getting too weird, and even I have to move on from it. Me, James. Kepke decided to switch donors, and for a few months used her boyfriend's poop for the fecal transplants, who had no physical health problems but did experience depression. Bit of a big one. That someone says, hey, you want to use this guy's poop stuff? It's going to transplant all of his stuff into you. No medical issues or anything like that. Oh, crippling depression though. Oh yeah, I'll take your shit. Oh, my little tum's going to feel a bit better. Yeah, but I'll have the crippling depression as well. Yeah, sick. Load me up. Fill me up with that. Fill me up with that good stuff. After she made the switch, her acne went away, but this time she experienced depression symptoms. Over time, I realized my depression was worse than it's ever been in my life, she said. Kopke believes whatever microbes were playing a role in his depression were transplanted into her. And Kopke once again switched back to her brother's poop. Ooh, the walk of shame, hat in hand. Please be my shit donor again. The depression went away within a week. Oh. And how's the brother doing? Is anyone helping him? He clearly has. His depression is so bad that it's literally oozing out of him. Someone get him some help. Gilbert said that according to his research, people with depression are missing certain bacteria from their gut. She may have had the antidepressant bacteria in her gut, but when he swapped her microbiome with his, her antidepressant bacteria got wiped out. I'm putting a call out to everyone who watches this podcast, everyone who listens to this podcast. Send this to your friends and family. I need a donor. Okay? I want someone with crazy physical genetics, no depression, no anxiety, great in social settings, can talk to anyone, they're charming, charismatic. I need them to get in contact with me. I'm going to start buying their shit. I need a shit donor. I just think if depressed shit can depress you, primo shit can make me tip top. No? It's got to be, it's got to be the good with the bad. You know what I mean? So I think if I get A grade, primo, Wagyu, 5-star shit, top shelf shit, I start, swallowing, inserting. However, don't worry about how I'm going to take my medicine. Please. You've overstepped a boundary there. That's between me and my doctor and my donor. Okay? But, putting the call out to all handsome, crazy genetics, no depression, no anxiety, great socially, charismatic dudes. Send me your shit. I'm not sure. I guess it transfers between sexes as well, right? Doesn't matter. Man, woman, non-binary, guys, gals, non-binary pals. if you've got the crazy genetics, if you're freakishly good looking, if you've got no depression, no anxiety, great in social settings, can talk to anyone, charming, charismatic, guys, gals, non-binary pals, oneweirdpodcast@gmail.com. I need your shit. And I really think there's no better way to go out than with that. I need your shit. Thank you so much for your time and attention on this one. I appreciate you coming and hanging out. If you've got weird, wonderful news, articles, stories, snippets, findings, or you just want to tell me how your week's been, shoot me an email, oneweirdpodcast@gmail.com. Also, asterisks, if you have primo shit, oneweirdpodcast@gmail.com as well. Thank you. And if you want to keep up to date with me, you can find me at my pixel persona on Instagram and TikTok. I want to start posting more on Instagram, but it's like weird because it's like people who know me from doing stuff on the internet and then like real life people. So it's weird. I don't know. Anyway, at my pixel persona on Instagram and TikTok, or at One Weird Podcast on Instagram and TikTok for the show. Subscribe to the YouTube. Get yourself the video version of this show each week. YouTube.com/@Weird But Wonderful. The visuals of this show are only going to get better because when the poop donor comes in, I'm only going to get better looking, which is only going to lead to more views, which is going to lead to more money, which is going to lead to better equipment, sets, makeup, more poop. It's going to spiral out of control from this episode. Episode 91, where it all went right, spiraling to success. Chuck a rating and review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get podcasts. Helps people like you find the show. I love ya. Stay healthy. Stay away from my primo shit. Actually, yeah. Okay. I don't want the market on primo shit to go up after this podcast comes out because people are like, oh, there's a demand for it. Okay. Turned on you at the end there. I turned on you at the end there. Love ya. See you next week.